Welcome to Science Access. In today's class, we'll be talking about, or we're starting our parasitology series with the introduction to parasitology. Please subscribe to support this channel. What is parasitology? Parasitology deals with the study of the parasite, the host, and the relationship between the parasite and the host. Now, when you hear this term, it looks abstract. Let's take a look at a typical example. You know, the hookworm is a common parasite that inhabits the intestine of humans. You can take a look at the hookworm, the diagram of the hookworm is being displayed, but you can see the parasite and the host. Now, the hookworm actually derives nutrients and shelter. That it houses and home. Let me use the word home. Shelter. It derives nutrients and shelter from the host. So the hookworm is the parasite. In the process of deriving the nutrients and shelter from the host, it actually harmed the host. The host is harmed in this process, while the parasite benefits. So that is the reason why it is called the parasite, and the one that is being harmed is called the host. Now, note that it's not the intention of the parasite to actually kill the host, because the survival of the parasite actually depends on the survival of the host. Now, let's talk about the host. We have various kinds of hosts. We have various kinds of hosts. We have the intermediate host. In this kind of host, the immature stage of the parasite is found in this kind of host, and they actually develop in this kind of host, but they do not attain sexual maturity. While we also have the parathermic host, or what we call the transport host. In this kind of host, the immature stage of this parasite is present, in this host. But note that they do not develop in this host. So this parasite in the host, their infective stage is actually present in this host. So the host actually just serves to transport this parasite to the definitive host. Note again that this parasite do not undergo any form of development or any major form of development in this kind of host. So their infective stage is found in this host, and this kind of host only serve to transport this parasite to their definitive host. Why the last kind of parasite the last kind of host we are going to talk about is the definitive host, which houses the sexual matured parasite, and usually reproduction and all various form of activities occur in the definitive host. So let's go through this again. Three kind of hosts. We have the intermediate host, we have the parathermic or the transport host, and we have the definitive host. Let's talk about the parasite. Parasite generally can be classified based on certain criteria. We can classify all kinds of parasites into two forms. Ectoparasites are found outside the body of the parasite, in their skin or various parts of the body of the parasite, but outside. While the endoparasites are found inside the body of the parasite. Now, note that parasites can also be grouped based on other criteria. We have the protozoan parasite, we have the Platyhelminthes or the hemipterod parasite, we have the nematode parasite, the cormorant one. So now let's discuss the various groups which you can see some of these parasites. Now we have the protozoan parasite. Now note that the protozoan parasites are divided into some of these categories, or some of these, or they are scattered into some of these groups. We have the Sarcomastigophora, which is divided into the Sarcodina and Mastigophora. Note that these groups are not exclusively parasitic. There are organisms in the group that are not parasitic, while there are some that are parasitic. For example, in Mastigophora, we have the free-living Mastigophora, we have the flagella and some others. Why we have the parasitic ones also. So we also have the ciliates. We have the free-living ciliates, the paramecium, but we also have the parasitic ciliates. All right, we have the some found in the epicomplexer. Note that the epicomplexer are exclusively parasitic. Then we have the Cnidophora or Cnidospora, which are also parasitic. We also have the Platyhelminthes. We have Platyhelminthes, or what we call the hermits. They are part of the hermits. They are generally regarded as the flatworms. They are called the flatworm because their body is ventrally flattened, as you can see from the diagram displayed on the board, and they usually lack the digestive system. Some of them actually lack the digestive system, such as the tapeworm. Note that this group are acolomates. They do not possess a true body cavity, or they do not possess a body cavity at all. It's actually the nematodes that possess a false body cavity, which are pseudocolemates. So they are acolomates. Note that this group, they have various classes. The tuberlaria in this is the first class in this group. They are free living organisms that the planera, so they are not parasitic. Note, but I'm just mentioning it because this is an introductory class and some facts need to be mentioned. They will also have the monogenia. Monogenia, they are usually ectoparasites. And we have we also have the cestoda, which are the tapeworm. We also have the last class, which is what the trematoda, which are the fluke. In the next group I'm going to talk about, which is the nematode, we have various group of organisms in this case. They are generally regarded as what the roundworms, the nematodes are, or the nematoda, the phylum nematoda are generally regarded as what the roundworms. They possess a false body cavity. That's the reason why I said they are acolomates, and their body is also what cylindrical in shape. Note that, as you can see from the diagram being displayed on your screen. Note that the fact that some of these groups are parasitic, and we have example of the Wuchereria bancrofti, the filaria worm, the hookworm. So many parasites are present in this group. They also have free living organisms in this phylum. Please take note of that. But we are concerned about the parasites in this group anyway. Now, let's discuss some other classification or some other types of parasites. Parasites can also be classified into obligate parasites. What are obligate parasites? These are parasites that need their host to survive. They cannot survive outside the body of their host. We also have the facultative parasites. In this case, the parasite can live within the host or can also survive outside the host. The parasite can live in the presence of the host, can also survive outside the body of the host or in the absence of the host. Parasite can also be grouped into temporary parasites or permanent parasites. Temporary parasites can be regarded as what intermittent parasites. In this case, the parasite actually attached to the host for a short period. For example, is the mosquito. In Africa, you see the mosquito bites, they just come, take food, and they leave. While we have the permanent parasite, which in some cases they stay in the body of the host for a long period of time. Now, let's discuss some of the adaptation of these parasites to living a parasitic life. The adaptation of parasites to their hosts include the fact that they possess adhesive or attachment organs. They have various organs for attaching to the body of their host. You know that if they don't attach, definitely they will fall off and they will lose their host. So they have various organs or adhesive organs for attaching to the body of the host. They also possess various modifications for obtaining food or nutrient from their host, since some have organs to pierce into and take into the skin of their host and absorb nutrients. Some actually have absorbed nutrients with their surface or their body surface. Various modification for obtaining nutrients. They possess reduced or even some do not have sense organs. Note the fact that they have high reproductive capacity. If they don't reproduce, definitely they will go into extinction. So they have evolved method of reproducing in high numbers to ensure continuity of their species. They also have they also have polyembryony or presence of polyembryony. Note that why is the study of parasitology, why is it important to study parasitology? Note that it ensures public health. Now, studying parasites actually help us to understand the ways parasites are transmitted and ensure that we avoid this. So, ensuring that the spread of parasitic disease is actually what decrease in human beings. It's also important in what veterinary medicine ensure our animal health. It's also important in veterinary medicine because understanding how parasites affect animals will ensure that you keep the animal safe. Note that studying parasitology also helps to track what disease or parasitic disease outbreak. This is called epidemiology. So it ensures that we are able to track the spread of what parasitic disease and other importance of the study of parasitology is being highlighted on the board. This is just an introductory class to parasitology. In another video, I will start discussing various groups and organisms or parasitic what organism. Thank you for watching.